Welcome back to Sunless Sea. We're about to head off on a voyage. We just acquired some refugees bound for Shepherd Isles because Mutton Island's been taken over by the Connaught Empire. We also kidnapped some guy from Cameron Channel. And we are going to give him to the Pirate King. So, okay. Off we go. Also, we haven't heard from the one guy to do quests for. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna go straight to Shepherd Isles. I think we're going to go down first to Abbey Rock and then up to Shepherd Isles. And then from there, Station 3, and then down through here. Maybe Station 3, down Khan's Glory, and across to Rosegate. Just that once. I want to get as much as that dark section as I possibly can. Ooh, bats. Another thing I'll invest in later. A light. A better light. I think certain lights increase my I'm not sure if it increases the range of my light, or it increases the like the ramping up and preparation of the guns, perhaps. Not entirely sure. I will say, I'm trying to remember my Gillifleur. How I've done in the past with this game. And I think I'm doing relatively better than I have in the past. I'm actually paying attention to what's being read. Alright, we got a port. I don't want to give you supplies. I have a gift. But I want to keep that. So I'll give you some news. Okay. And to you for food. You're on my way to Station 3. Don't know if I can do anything on Station 3 at the moment. Hello. Oh, it's dissected for knowledge. Actually, no, butchered for supplies. Errands for the Acolyte. Time to time, She'll admit there's something you can do for her. Guarding the yard, she asks you to keep night watch on the dump. She throws away some unused heart stuff. I need something awaits me, though. Delivery for the smith. Heart metal for the smith. Why the clayman can't deliver it, you don't know. Present. She's in search of new music. To sing at her work, you could scramble together some pages. A novel present. She's in search for new music to sing in her work, you could write some. Deliveries for the smith. Files of... Deliveries for the smith. Matter for weapons. The smithy is a long, low building that you missed on your first survey of the island. The blacksmith works and it proves entirely in heart metal, though it is so hard and cruel that it wears his tools out quickly. Nothing like it for weaponry, he says. It does more damage than any ordinary steel, and a little bit of shrapnel will give you trouble to end your days. Earning the accolade's favor. Okay. Turn later. Okay. Interesting. Cross and then down. Hello, horses. I'll circle it from around. Tortoise. Cavern roof. Let's try and record the change. Dang it. Unlucky. The alarming pig. Pigs on sailor size. It's always pigs. What's wrong with pigs? Balsam shakes a solemn head. Never ask about pigs at sea, he insists. Gift for the Timon. This clan is named for a sizable and ferocious fish of the surface. They have a fondness for drowning pearls, or some secret clan rituals. Cruise past it. Strength and brilliance. Cruise. Can's glorious steely beauty, but the clan lords are ever suspicious of spies, and those gun emplacements are vigilant. Light blazes from every cage and window. You glimpse guards in gleaming uniforms, subterranean guardians of mauve and purple. Alright, I have a gift. An offering accepted. In the yellow chamber by the palace, entrance of a masked functionary scrutinizes the pearls. Yes, she says. Even through the mask, she does not meet your eyes. She rises, turns, and leaves. Alright, well, we have some favor. Cruise past the clan's barracks and turn back. Alright, Khan's Heart. London's rival. Lure the adventurer to Rack. A London captain smokes a Kagian pipe as she admires the reflection of the street lamps in the water. Spin her a story of lights. You sidle beside her and comment on the water. It's beautiful how the city ripples, isn't it? It reminds you of a port you once came across, you say. A place where they light their way with colored fire and dine on fish-fed flowers. She need only find the red and white lights beneath the waves. The captain huffs. Blue smoke streams through her nose. She dumps her ash into the water and sets off to the dock without another word. She'll be sailing over Rack in no time. 7 ships to the Rock. Seek a commercial license. Selects merchants. Not here, servicer. Khan's glory. So I need to get my suspicions down. Find your contact. Contact was wary of Imperial Psycho very carefully. Let's get a port report. Here we get can. Precious scraps. Rivalry between the Leopard and Eagle clans. Concerns about Chelonet raids. I'm really gonna need to get my thing down. These guys. I might be arrested. Shot and killed. I wonder, though, if you get enough, like, aggro, if those cannons are going to start shooting at you. Alright, port report from here. Nothing else. Ah, here we go. Empty mirror catch box. Isle of Cats. I'm going to do like a little loop around just to get rid of that dark spot. Okay, great pirate king. Oh, I didn't go to... Did I stop at Shepherd's Isle? I forgot to stop at Shepherd's Isle. Alright, no worries. We'll make that a loop back around thing. A gift for the Pirate King. Your patron is overjoyed at your return. Eager to meet Leopold, are we? Courtesies due. Hand over your writhing, tear-stained cargo. 2 attendants drag the prisoner off to the rose garden. You do your best to ignore the screaming. Your patron tells you that it will take some time for the gift's memories to be harvested and the resultant honey collected. You should return later for your introduction to the Pirate King. 200. Thank you. Meeting with the Pirate King. What one might expect from Leopold, Pirate King of the Isle of Cats. A hulking, grizzled presence with crimson cat tattooed across his back. An oil-beard wretch with a brace of pistols strapped to each hip and eyes like wildfire. A gaunt-cheeked honey-seeker wasted from years of disillusion. He looks, as it turns out, more like a lawyer than a dissolute lord. Though he is at least wearing a robe of patterned silk over his dark suit. Behind him, you see a wall of what you think are wine racks. On closer inspection, the racks hold bottle upon carefully labeled bottle of red. Honey. The captain's compliments, my king. Isari enters with a wine glass of thick honey. Behind them, Zaria drags in a stumbling prisoner. It is a sailor you stole from the Cumaean Canal, only they do not seem to recognize you at all. Memories stewed in honey. Your patron offers the Pirate King the wine glass. The king takes a sip, and the prisoner cries out as though his skin is being flayed from his bones. The spice-scented docks of Malakia, Leopold breathes before he's plucked away by the honey. He returns hours later, skin flushed and eyes bright. I'm very partial to memories of the Far East, very thoughtful of you. He bestows a humming, honey-soaked kiss on Isari's lips and then Zaria's before holding out the vial to you. Take a sip. Prisoner gazes at the ceiling blankly with no sign of his earlier distress. Decline to taste. You just wanted your reward and possibly to get away from the grime sight of the prisoner rattling his shackles in the corner. I'll take a sip. Each luscious drop coats your tongue like fire and longing. Someone screams, but it feels far away. You are consumed with the touch of a woman's hand in yours. You in the memory turn your face to the right, and there she is, Kembang. You met her 3 weeks ago serving drinks by the docks. Her father threatened to break your legs if you so much as looked at her, but you cannot help yourself. Her hands are softer than anything you had ever imagined, and dappled in warm sunlight. The curve of her smile slices into you like a blade. You come back to yourself in a sudden rush. You are lying on the floor alone, your face wet with stolen tears. On the desk, a key to the cage gardens, which you slip into your pocket, and a gold statuette of a tiger with eyes of polished ruby. Something about the statuette makes you decidedly uneasy. Still, it will probably sell for a good price. I now have 1 key to the cage gardens, a sign of trust of the Pirate King of the Isle of Cats. I've got a captivating treasure. Got the brooch. Okay. Visions of the surface. All right. Save smugglers from the rack. A small crowd of smugglers whisper beneath a garland of roses. She said a taste of this fish could rouse a parson's passions. We'll make a killing in London. The rest agreed to chart a course over a rack. They fell silent as you approach reach for their knives. You put your hands up. You've just come from those waters, you say, and there is something they ought to know. By the time you finish speaking, the smugglers have not only away their knives, they're starting to reach for their purses. A bit of luck that you caught us, one says. If I ever find the muggins who near sent us to our deaths, I'm gonna bash his fucking teeth in. Rack City ships. City quality's gone. The city is in want. Thank you. Let's compile a port report. Walk in the gardens. I need something awaits me. Sell sunlight. Alrighty. Alright, fueled up. So we're going to do a little bit of a spin round here. Maybe up there. Come around. Maybe Port Cecil. Down, round. Sea of Lilies. Shepherd's Isle. Or I know. I'm actually going to go down to Gant Pole. Because I have some stuff for there. Peter's Rocks. Tusser's Channel. Another Zeepe's corpse afloat, so much carrion. Approaching Shadownet. Oh, Lauren Fluke. Hello. I can take you. Alright. A beast down. Ah, dang. But we got a core. That'll fetch us a good price. Let's get out of this fog. Our terror's going up a little too high. I'm gonna dive for Gant Pole. Something has been following us. It is patient. Whalebones. The Z has not been kind. The colossal skull is intact, but the body has been reduced to a gnawed frame of bone. Carvings have been scored into the bone. Examine the engravings. What are these inscriptions? Collect unknown toxins. Mar of these beasts bears poisons. Harvest them. Harvest Stygian ivory. Chancy bones are intact and valuable. Let's try to look at the inscriptions. You don your diving gear. Whatever the words read, they are now lost. Someone has further defaced each bone of the whale with a knife, obliterating each line. This is the censorship of Scrimshander, meted out on aberrant histories. Not that guy. That guy hits hard. If I remember correctly. Alright. We return is met by the sight of the recently wounded Triskenlegant oozing its last on the small beach. It has not been here for long. It does not have long left. Assist the fading Haruspeck. You can keep away the old sailors while watching her work. You may learn something of her art. A few pointed jabs with one of the old sailor's own harpoons keeps the mob at bay. Sever the flesh, whispers Harrisbeck. Let the entrails form my path. Somewhere in the blood, guts, and blubber, a pattern emerges. She closes her eyes. Alright. She fades a little more. Ganfallar awaits its next weary beast. Let's get a port report. Deliver the lost pilgrim. What poor soul would come here willingly? But she seems happy, at least. A soul has nothing left to lose. At last my pilgrimage is complete, she sighs with contentment. Slowly, reverently, she hands you a small bag of coin and an icon of Saint Croatoan the Lost. Everything is left behind. I'm free. She wanders down a stone artery. A worn shoe squelches in the blubber of the dead beast. Without breaking a stride, her foot slides free, and she continues into the dark. Okay. Yeah, it goes. Outlandish artifact. Speak to the fading Haruspeck. Alright, I don't think there's anything new I can ask her right now. What was this over here? This creature. I'm gonna try and fight you. Almost gotcha. Gotcha. You defeated a Thalate. In death, the Thalate looks like a grisly collage of untamed vivisectionist. Mercifully, most of it has stopped moving. Let the beast go. Its wound is fatal. It will surely head to Gantpole. We're just gonna... Perhaps it will make more sense in pieces. Belay it for supplies. Just close your eyes and hold your nose. Look, you don't even need to swallow. See? Down it goes. Like, I like to think... I think it likes the dark. Alright, send it. The behemoth goes to die. Okay. Right, we shall assist her again. Alright. Now we can rise. Rise! The Shelonat. Right. Tales for the bones, someone is crying. Usual wares. Follow the sound. Scrimshaw Crawler. A scrawny man squats beneath an awning of gant-colored whaleskin. Bring me your tales, he cries. Tales for the bone. Pay the chronicler to inscribe his Z-story on a hunting trophy and receipt of a outlandish artifact. Obtain a doomed monster hunter. The Shelonat is stiff with monster hunters, awash with elegant juices that give them strength. A good number of them are doomed too, but you can provide for their families. Right? Hunter's price. That will suffice. What news of my death comes, they'll offer this treasure to the bone men. If they die, they will still be remembered. Chiridloth the Shelonats. Monster hunter. Monster hunters winnows the lesser terror from the true. She has slain that which makes light in the deeps, eats its flesh in remembrance of certain feasts of the Z, and fashioned her weapon from its remains. She was human once, but this monster hunter is ready for a glorious ending. Icarus in black waits. Alright, but what do you do? Report. Alright. Where else can I go? Let's go to the Nativity. Let's get this little dark patch sorted. Hello. What are you guys? You are very eater of names. I don't want to fight you. You have a very high health. Another Lorn Fluke. Distant bells. Oh yeah, I delivered a thing for you guys. Do you have anything to say about it? Scuttling reaches. Oh, not anything for you. Assist with festival preparations. Quiet murmurs of appreciation. The traders of nativity have little patience showing appreciation, but at least putting in the effort. In particular, they are not entirely accidentally let slip the secret of a cord of grace, a hospitality granted visitors by generous neighbors of whom they speak no ill. They however hint that this only applies to travelers arriving through the port. Those unlucky enough to run aground on the rocks consider themselves. But no, a sorrow spider might hear something that would course never say. Okay, thank you. Alright. Next, I'm going to go to Rose Gate. Up through there. I'm probably going to regret those words, but... Not too bad at all. Lights glance past the windows. Another submarine? Divided a neither. It will not stop wriggling. It will stop wriggling soon. Soon. Any moment now. Send the crew into the carrion slick. The body is liquefying and spreading. Soon it will be nothing but a swirl of shadowed water. If you want to search the remains, you must act now. Continue shining a light upon it. Neither trust anything that seems in a hurry to die. The bends. Of course, there's no way that you could actually hear the shouts, not through the airlock, the hole, the yards of water. Never mind the crew members who swore that they could hear every shriek and whimper of the divers you sent out into the corpse water. Besides, from what you saw, there wasn't time for screaming. Dark slick gathered around their diving suits, enfolding them like a cloak. You glimpsed one terror-contorted face through the glass of their helmet as they were bundled up in darkness, and then it was over. Only a little flotsam remained. The water cleared, as though the neither had never been. Lost 2 crew. Gained 4 scintillac. This is a small price to pay for some scintillac. This... just oxygen. Rosegate. Take a pamphlet. Okay. Creation of a cigar. Do I have anything you want yet? No? Okay. Buy some fuel. And next we breach that dark patch. Right. And then up to Port Cecil. Oh, hello. A new location. Visage. Hide your faces. Hide all your faces. This is the port of Visage, where faces may not be naked. Except one, a stone monument the size of a village church, serenely gazes upwards, flourishing of years. A wandering parson. He glances nervously back at the face in the hill, but his handshake is strong. Go ashore, inward and upward. Once you set foot on Visage, you may be here for a little while. Create a port report. You can at least interview those who are leaving. This will have to do. A departing merchant gives you a confused account of crocodiles and honeycakes and something about ear blockage. To this you add your own impressions about the street layout close to the port and the types of commerce here. When the lights are especially bright, it is possible to make out the details of the profile of that great stone face. What are they today? What are you? Wandering parson. He seeks passage to the Church of Low Barnet, beneath the Z just outside London. His suit is well tailored for an illiterate preacher. His cufflinks wink like sapphires. Offer passage for money. Even men of cloth take up cargo space. Offer passage for knowledge. People like to confide in parsons. What can he confide in you? Offer passage for blessing. You may regard him with a skeptical eye, but sailors appreciate a bit of ceremony. I will take a blessing from you, my good sir. Divine... Yeah, I knew that was going to decrease our terror. Divine confidence. He smiles. I must be honest with you, my lord. My clerical qualifications are in progress. I am studying the religions of the Untersee to construct a new faith, but I think I am adept at the basics. Please gather your crew. He conducts his blessing on deck. It seems improvised, but his manner remains earnest, and the ritual has the desired effect. Pick up a wandering parson. You're assisting an avaricious theologist. All right, let us go on to Visage. All those who enter must play their parts. The sign is visible only after you've crossed the threshold. On the lower slopes, stone buildings, flat roofs, archways. In the architecture, there lingers a memory of lotus and palm frond. The hill above is a face, forever looking up at the ceiling of the Untersee. No one inhabits its cheek or the hollow of its eyes. Check in the customs house. One may not wander Visage at will. A changing room. All visitors must pass one by one through a room guarded by a person in the mask of a moon moth. Masks in an assortment of shapes and colors await. Ask to go without any mask. Your own fair face will do for you, thank you very much. Ask the significance of the masks. Maybe there's more to it than a question of authentic taste. Choose the frog mask, it looks curious. Choose the locust mask, it looks voracious. Choose the bat mask, it looks threatening. Let me ask about the mask. Assorted pestilences. Moonmoth explains each mask declares a different intention towards the denizens of Visage and must be accompanied by suitable behavior. The frog is for visitors who, though perhaps clumsy and unfamiliar with local etiquette, have come in order to observe local ways and make uncouth comments about them. Locust is for those seek profit in Visage and would carry away as many goods as possible. You prompt about the bat. Moonmoth hesitates. Bat is an ill-omened visitor, sent as a messenger or spy. Bat always dies. I think for now, we will do the frog, just to learn stuff. Moonmoth lifts the mask and places it over your head. The eye holes are large, and they fit with spectacles. These improve your view of the environment, though you must look bulbous-eyed from the outside. There is also a mechanism attached to the mouthpiece which magnifies any sound you make, even your breathing. You start to thank the moonmoth, and it comes out as a booming croak. May you profit from your visit in knowledge, says Moonmoth. Its wings fold neatly over its back. Okay. Roll assigned on the Isle of Visage. Visit the Library of Parts, so called because all the books are fragmentary, perhaps. Visit the Flood Court. The Moonmoth speaks as though you should already know what that is. End your performance and leave the island. You can't stay in character forever. Let's visit the Library of Parts. Stoop at the lintel, enter the dark. A room of heavy stone guarded by a gold statuette of a woman with outstretched arms. The scroll niches sorted to correspond to a variety of masks. The jackal and the lioness, the crocodile and dung beetle. The woman in the mask of a lotus blossom is standing at a lectern reading in silence. Moonmoth stands to one side as your escort and tour guide. Ask about the purpose of this room. What sort of parts are they, anyway? Study the scroll in a bumbling way. They look very old, after all. Write notes in the margins, if your fog glove will hold a pen, that is. Steal the most valuable-looking scroll for later sale. Not very frog-like, but who cares? Let me ask about this room. Filed under M for best, Moonmoth explains. People think it means something like Library of Fragments, but this is wrong. The parts in question are like parts in a play. This is where the denizens of Visage come in order to learn how to perform their masks more accurately, more complimentary, with a truer spirit. Okay? Study scrolls in a bumbling way. Hearts guarded. Taking the nearest, you read it aloud. For guarding against the loss of the heart. Moonmoth takes it from you, rolls it tightly, and returns it to its niche. There are as many ways of guarding against the loss of the heart as there are different masks, it enlightens, in that same light and in a different voice. Okay. Let's visit the Flood Court. Highwater. The Flood Court is a long stone room with 2 ranks of columns on each side. Currently, the court is ankle deep in water, though water stains on the stones show that the flood has often reached higher. sometimes up to the height of your waist. In a rare niche at the far end of the room sits a statue of a man with the head of a ram. He holds a jar from which water flows out onto the floor. Moon moths, okay. Ask about the purpose of this room. It doesn't really look as though it's good for anything. Show oarfish enthusiasm for this wondrous indoor pool. Frogs like pools, right? Try to steal the statue's jug. It looks ancient and consequently valuable. Spy on the other occupants. Close watch is what they need. Tastelessly compare this room to other bodies of water. Frogs know water. Okay, what's the purpose of this room? Depth per day. From a corner, Moon Moth picks up a graduated stick. He shows you how a person stands at the end of the room and may dip the stick into the water and use it to measure the water level at a pre-selected point. How the measurements are compared with the measurements written on a calendar. If the water level does not match the calendrical position, an assembly of pipes and drains is used to adjust it. It used to be, says the moth, that the water rose and fell of its own accord, and the people before wrote down what height it reached. Now the water is still, but thanks to their actions we can replicate the rise and fall so as still to be pleasing to the god of flood. It complements this explanation with a half-body bow toward the statue of the ram deity. I will tastelessly compare this room to other bodies of water. Have you seen the Kumian Canal? Moon Moth watches unscrupulously while you talk about other bodies of water that have impressed you more than this one. Deeper, clearer, colder, more densely populated with fish. Other denizens move away from you towards one another. Your social function is well performed. Okay. We'll show oarfish enthusiasm for this wondrous indoor pool. Croak. You explain at how much you admire this room and its excellent pool. Your words are, as always, amplified into a croak. Other masks turn towards you. Crocodile, lotus blossom, crescent moon. But no one speaks. You have garnered a suitable degree of disdain. Moon Moth quietly applauds your performance of froghood. Trade masks with the Moon Moth. It has been making subtle overturns for some time. You only now understand them. It is keen to go. It draws you aside into a closet in the customs hold. Had enough of Visage, tells you frankly. Here, you take my mask and pretend to be me, and I'll trade in the visitor mask and get out on some departing ship, get my life back. Its face, no, now you see her face, is aging but unlined. A lifetime of never needing to use a facial expression. Okay, I'm now a moth. Visit the house of Chief Geometer. It is understood to be an honor. Visit the temple of Apis. All the denizens of Vision go there sooner or later. Visit the side of the face. The stone cheek, a flourishing of years, is visited as a pilgrimage by the inhabitants of Visage. And if you are in good favor, you too may go. Let's go to the house. Lines in wet ground. Each morning, the man in the cobra mask draws lines in the mud flat with a pointed steel rod. This apportions to each inhabitant a small trapezoidal area from which to harvest mushrooms and to scrape salt. No plot is ever preserved from one day to the next. The man is the chiefometer, the keeper of directions, master of land and measure and sea measures. Now you have been invited to his home at the time customarily appointed for him to receive those who are not his equal in rank, yet not so far beneath him as to deserve to be ignored. What ceremonial gift will you bring? Bring a string of rats. Cobras like to eat rats, surely. Bring a necklace of lapis beads. They do not suit him. They may suit his wife, a wife of his. If they don't suit her, you could use them for an offering. Bring a poem concerning snakes copied on a new scroll. 180 lines on a scaly denizens of the snake pit. Bring a comb made of bones. Perhaps he grows hair beneath his mask, which covers his whole beard. Bring fresh candles. You heard he likes candles. Bring nothing. It is impertinent of one of lesser rank to presume to show charity to his superior. Do not go. It is necessary for him to offer, but incorrect for you to accept. I'm going to bring nothing. No. You arrive empty-handed. Already piled on his table are the wrappings of other gifts. They reprove you. You are erred. You have erred. You have no choice but to depart early before someone thinks you have remasked in a more embarrassing part. Wear the moth roll. Alright. Gonna try again. I'm gonna bring a poem concerning snakes. Mixed results. He appears to be pleased by this gift, but it takes him aback as well. Several times he remarks that this sort of merchandise is something he would expect to be brought to the island by a bat. It requires a great deal of chittering and wing folding to persuade him of your moth nature. Okay. Not the poem. Honey cakes? Isn't that proper gift for lulling snakes? Triumph. He accepts. He approves. The cakes are placed on the front table of his receiving room so that the other guests may observe and appreciate the correctness of your gesture. You are permitted to stand to one side and watch the others arrive, but there is no one whose gift supplants yours in the place of honor. Not even the gift of a preserved lark, frozen gelatin with a bubble of song rising from its open beak. When you depart the chief geometry's house, he presses on you a prediction that one day when you have most need, the earth will swallow you in one place and spit you out in another. It is, of course, only ritual saying. Enter the hollow of the ear. It is a place of still greater pageantry. This is a journey of several steps and may conclude your current visit. Okay? A proud nose. It is a festival day. The great stone face has been illuminated from forehead to chin with blazing torches, so that the profile is visible from the side more clearly than you have ever seen it. Flourishing of years is awake, says the genderless figure in the crocodile mask. All denizens of Visage are walking towards the ear together. There is a place in the procession which belongs by right to wearer of your mask. Fall in line with the others. How else will you discover what lies within? Fall in line with the others, secretly bringing a flare with you. Perhaps you will need it in the darkness where you are going. Strip off your mask and prepare to depart. With everyone distracted by the festival, your departure would not ever be noticed. Well, we'll see how this goes. Among your own. You go as though you were truly one of them. You carry nothing with you but your mask and your costume. May your heart be as light as a feather, says the woman in the lotus blossom mask as you fall into the line behind her. Light into the dark places. Inside the hollow of the ear. The road you follow leads up through switchbacks along the side of the face, and finally to the ear of the flourishing of years, and into the cave that is her ear. The tunnel bends back on itself. All lights have now been extinguished. There's nothing to guide you but the hand of the person behind you on your back and the movement of the person in front of you. The one who walks beside you wears a bat mask. Fortunately, the floor of the tunnel is very smooth, and present no stumbling blocks. Sound carries strangely in this place. However, sometimes you cannot hear your own footsteps. Sometimes a breath comes back to you audibly from someplace ahead of the line. Try to run. You do not really know what this festival is or what it means. Continue. There's a secret in the dark. A line. The footsteps of the person you of the people are steady and synchronized, and you go together. For how many years has this been done, and for how many will it be done in the future? Watch your step here, says Batmask to you in an under voice. His accent is the accent of Wolfstack Docks. Floor is about to get squishier, and sure enough it does. At last the tunnel opens out, and you and all the other congregants spread out in a cavernous space. A voice speaks in the darkness, a ritual preparation. Here at the new year we gather under the one mask of flourishing of years. Her mask is turned to the gods. Protected by her mask we may remove our own. Protected by her script we may speak outside our parts. Here and there the sound of people fumbling with ties and strings. Your own face feels different with the mask off. Wait and listen. There are things here to learn, perhaps to your advantage. Tell one of your own secrets. All this time under the mask will be freeing. Fight the urge to giggle. What curious practices have they here? Receive the confidence of a stranger as holy. Those who come as spectators may remain as participants. I'm going to wait and listen. Not much for blackmail. You move stealthily through the dark, hearing one knot of a conversation, then another. The secrets exchanged do not offer much leverage. You can't see the owners of the secrets. Here and there you catch the smallest fragment of something that might serve you on future occasion. The memory of a voyage east, a half rumor about the Cornelian coast, a muttering about the Admiralty. The hour of confidence is drawing to its end. If there is anything else you need to do, now is the time. Do nothing. Let the ceremony end according to proper rites. Last bell. At the end of the hour there comes a woman with a feather of shimmering silver, which she tucks into your hand, symbol of the innocent heart that will not be eaten by the jackal. Then a bell rings, and the time of speech is over. You all begin to put your masks back on. It is possible, you cannot know for sure, that in this cover someone has exchanged a mask with someone else. It is an orderly and perfect line that emerges again from the ear of flourishing of years. If anyone watches from above, they must surely be satisfied. I got a captivating treasure and a secret. All right. End your performance and leave the island. Calmer. When the other citizens are distracted, you find your way to the familiar customs house and rid yourself of mask and robe. There is satisfaction in laying aside a role well performed. All right. That was cool. What time is it? My thing is dead. I don't know. Let's see it this way. Okay. Gonna do a little bit of a break here. Whew. Actually, I think it might be time to hit the hay. What time is it? Yep. How's my jaw starting to hurt? Ooh. Yay, we found a new island. I don't know if we found all the islands. I think we must have found all the islands by now. I don't know. Anywho. that's going to be it for now. We will continue our journey. We're going to have to go to Shepherd's Island, among other places, and then make our way slowly back to London. And yeah, slowly but surely gaining enough money for a new ship, as long as doing other little quests here and there. Hope you're liking Sunless Sea. I know I am. I love this game. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Ciao, ciao.